Hi, everybody. Thank you for switching up and calling in again, and hopefully everyone can now join and access. Thank you for switching that up last minute for us. We're going to wait another couple of minutes, but we're going to try to get started around 11:15. Okay, we are going to get started. Thank you all again for joining us on today's webinar. My name is Ross Honig from OCA, and we are very excited to officially be able to talk about our new system rollout, which everyone will be able to experience beginning January 1st, 2019. So today's webinar, we want to focus on what the new participant experience will be like come 1/1/19 when you're on the new platform. And then obviously if there's any questions along the way, please feel free to address and we'll get those answered. The line is muted with this new GoToWebinar piece, so if there are any questions, in the GoToWebinar widget, when you open that up, there should be a section called Questions. If you have any question along the way, feel free to type it in there and we will do our very best to get those answered while we're on the call, or we will certainly follow up with you afterwards to get that taken care of. But with that being said, again, we want to make this roughly a half-hour presentation. I will hopefully will be able to direct everyone's attention. You'll be able to see my screen here, which is OCA's website, oca125.com. On our site, you'll notice on the menu bar up top, it says Account Login. And when you do that, it'll be a drop-down that says My RSC Login or My OCA Login, the new portal. So beginning January 1st, 2019, if you want to log into the old system to look at the old year benefit for 2018, you'll continue to look and select the My RSC login because that's going to show your existing benefit or benefits that were in the year past. To look and see now the new system and the new benefits for the 2019 plan year, you're going to want to select the My OCA login. Okay, again, this will be live as of January 1st. So when you select the My OCA login, it's going to take you to this page. And then from there, obviously in this case, you're logging in as a participant. You'll click the participant login. And then if you've already created your username and password, you'll put in that information here, and you'll be able to sign in to your individual portal to look at the benefits that OCA is administering for you. If you've never logged in, which obviously at this point, no one here has created an account on the new portal, you will have to create a brand new username and password. So the username and password that you have today for MyRSC will not transfer over. You're going to have to create a brand new one. And to do that, it's very simple and easy to complete. We're not going to go through the entire process, but I'll show you the steps essentially that you'll have to take to get that completed. So when you're on this page here, again, you'll see it says don't have an account. If you click register, what you're going to now do on this page is create a username followed by your password, etc. So the username, again, between 6 and 12 characters in length. Create a password, put in your first name, your last name, your email. And what's unique and easier than the old system is under registration ID, you can either put in and type in your employer company name, or if you don't know that, which I don't know why anyone wouldn't, you could hit the drop down and select card number, which would be the new OCA debit card that we're mailing out to you. So on that note, everyone will be receiving new OCA debit cards. Those cards will arrive sometime the end of next week to your home address. We are automatically ordering a card for you, and if you're covering a spouse, a card for your spouse as well. okay? Those cards will be effective and will be able to be used as of January 1st for dates of services that are incurred after January 1st of 19. Your existing MySource card will no longer be active as of December 31st. Again, everyone will be receiving new cards, and that new card will be in use as of 1/1/19. But again, going back to the registration page, if you keep it at employer name, and if you start typing in your company, so Rumsey Electric, you'll see it appear right there. And then where it says employee ID, that will be your social security number without any dashes or spaces. Once you enter that in, you'll accept the terms and conditions. And the next section will ask you to create a password. And at that point, you'll be able to then log into the new portal. So again, what I will do at this point is show you what that new portal will look like. Any questions that come up, please feel free to reach, ask along the way, and we'll get those taken care of. All right. But this is the registration process. All right, so I already had logged into a demo account, but this is going to be a very similar look and feel when you log in as a member. And really what we tried to do from a member perspective is make the site very easy to navigate through, clear for you to get the questions answered, and have everything front and center when you first log in. So when you first log in, what we're looking at here is what we call our personal dashboard, or the homepage, where you'll be able to see on the left-hand side the accounts that you're enrolled in. So it's going to say health reimbursement arrangement. And if you might participate in your company's FSA, it'll show that you're enrolled in the FSA benefit. Again, this is beta and just an example of what it would look like, but you'll be able to see the plans that you're enrolled in, what the annual benefit amount is, what's available, what's been paid out. Okay. If you were to click that plan name, in this case, the HRA, it'll take you to the account detailed page, where you'll be able to see additional information on how that plan is operating. So the annual benefit amount, what's been paid out to you, your balances. If you're covering any family members, the family members would be listed here as additional dependents tied to your plan. Deadlines is reflecting how your plan year runs. So in your case, your plan runs January 1st through December 31st. It'll tell you where we are, obviously, that given day. Last day to submit claims will be reflected. So in your case, typically March 31st is the runout period, and it explains to you what that runout period would mean. Okay. If you want to see reimbursements that are affiliated with that benefit, you can click the link that says transactions. You can click it here, or again, if you're on the menu bar under My Accounts, you can click View Transactions. It'll take you to the same place. And I'll get to that page in just a couple of minutes. Going back to the home page, again, if I go and kind of look around what we have here, on the right-hand side, again, the site is really smart, and we have what we call condition-based rules in place, meaning, and this is what this is representing. If you're an individual and you are not currently signed up for direct deposit reimbursements, as a result, OCA issues you a paper check. It is easier, it is faster for everyone involved if we do have your banking information on file, and as a result, do issue you a direct deposit. So what the site is now doing, it's saying, hey, if you want to sign up for a direct deposit, you can click that plus symbol, select direct deposit. You can put in your personal checking information, whoever you bank with, save it. And because now your banking information is on file, that widget, each of these sections are different widgets. The widget that says get reimbursed faster, it's going to go away because the system knows that you are now signed up for it. And you'll be able to obviously see that. And I'll show you in a couple of minutes where you can alter your bank account information or change the default reimbursement method to maybe back to a check if you want it. But again, one of those condition-based rules that says if you are signed up for direct deposit, don't show that widget. And if you're not, make it known so that you can add it at any point. Okay. Next area is My Alerts. So in our current system with My RSC, for those that go in and receive communications, they are, in my opinion, very reactive related information that we're providing you. The new platform is very proactive, and we're able to provide not just email communications, but if you want, we can send you text message notifications as well that will provide you with real-time, up-to-date information on your benefit. So because of cell phone carrier fees, we're legally not allowed to automatically enroll you in those text message notifications. You as a member would have to sign up for it on your own. But to do it, it's very simple, very easy to complete. So when you log into the new portal, you can click that sign up button right here. All right. Hit add number, which would be your personal cell phone number. Put it in here. These are all the cell phone carriers that are accepted, which are all the major chains in the country. Submit, and now you'll be able to receive text message notifications. And on the left-hand side, you'll be able to see all the different types of notifications that we've created, and we're continuing to create more and more as we go along. But you'll be able to dictate the method in which you receive those communications. Maybe you don't receive it at all because you don't want to get that type of communication. You'll be able to go in here and dictate that and identify if you want to receive it via text message only or via email only, or maybe you want to get it both via email and text, or again, maybe not at all. So you'll have that flexibility. In addition, I had said that there are much more proactive related communications that we send out. As an example of that would be the account balance alert. So this could happen at any given point during the plan year, but anytime your benefit, whether it's your HRA plan or if you're enrolled in the FSA, if that account falls below $100, we want to send you a notification to make you aware of that and reflect what the new balance is. And it's really just to let you know, hey, Ross, you only have $40 left in your account. And that way, if it's 2 weeks later and you're at the doctor's office at 10 o'clock at night for your child who's sick, you're aware that there's only $40 left. And that way, the card doesn't get declined if you attempted to swipe it for more than that. So again, just trying to provide you with more real-time, up-to-date, proactive communication so that you're a more informed, better informed consumer. All right. And again, that's under the communication setting page, which we got to by going on the home page and hitting sign up, or you could get to it by hitting that setting icon on the menu bar up top. Okay. So just going along here under recent transactions. So we wanted to simplify this piece of it greatly compared to where we are in the existing MyRSC system. And we wanted it to relate to a personal bank account. So when you log into your bank account, whoever you bank with, Wells Fargo, whoever it might be, and you think of transactions, a transaction could be your personal debit card that you use. So it's going to show a deduction out of your account as a debit card swipe. Or a transaction could reflect a check that you deposited into your account, or a check that was cashed out of your account. Or it could show you that there was a deposit because you got paid this week. We wanted to create a very similar feel for you when it came to your benefits with OCA. So transactions could refer to any type of movement of funds or allocation of funds, whether it's a reimbursement or if you're enrolled in the FSA program or the dependent care program and you're contributing payroll contributions. We wanted to reflect that and have it clearly identified for you to see when you log into your portal. So in the recent transactions, it could essentially show you any of those or all of those. This is just showing you the recent ones. To see all, you can either click that see all button, again on the personal dashboard, or under the My Account or the My Account link under the menu bar, hit View Transactions, which will take you to the transaction event page. And you could filter this out by the year, or by the plan type, or the transaction type. So if you just want to go and see all the transactions that are pertaining to your HRA plan, when you hit the drop down, you can just select the HRA, and now it's not going to show any FSA related information. Or you can keep it at all, okay? And then under type, if you just want to see card swipes, you can do it by card. If you want to look at claims, which would be manual reimbursements, direct deposits or checks, you could filter it out that way. And then deposits would be referring to contributions that you make into a benefit, an FSA plan, as an example. All right, if we keep it at all, we can then go in here and see that they were reimbursements. Okay, I'll look at an example where there was a $35 reimbursement tied to my HRA plan. It was an in-network deductible expense for Dr. Jones. If I click it, it'll break it down even further and give me a further explanation as to why and how this claim was paid out. So again, $35, it was for a date of service of October 2nd. In-network deductible emergency room for Johnny Bravo. That's the claimant name. Total amount was $35. The eligible amount was $35, and that's what we paid out. And it was issued to you on October 13th via check through check number 9, paid out of your HRA benefit. Okay, so giving you a clear description as to what it is you got paid, when you got paid, why you got paid, etc. If you, and you should have in this case, submitted the backup documentation to support the request for reimbursement, under the receipt, There'll be a link there, and there's no documentation in this example, but it'll tell you the date in which you submitted the documentation. You can click it, and it's going to show you the actual PDF or picture that you sent in. So that way you can clearly connect and identify what is tied to what. Okay. It's going to show you card transactions if it's pending or if it's new or resolved. If you need to submit documentation, you can clearly just quickly upload it and get it into OCA. If we had to deny a claim because it may not have been eligible, you'll be able to clearly identify a denied claim, as you can see here. Okay. And it'll tell you that it was denied because an EOB is required in order to process this claim. So again, much clearer, easier to navigate explanations on why things took place within the benefit program. Okay. So that's the transaction page. Going back to the menu bar up top, again, wanted to simplify it. We said to ourselves, when a member logs in, they want to what? They want to submit a claim. They want to view card transactions. As a result, we literally created the header saying, I want to. So if you want to view recent claims, you hit view recent claims. Okay, and you can see that there was claims that were paid on the card. Okay, you can identify that by looking at the transaction type. It was paid $78 to Dr. Tim on October 12th. And obviously in this case, there is no check number because you used your debit card. The other claim was for $35. That's what we just saw before. Okay, it gives you the additional information. All right. If you want to submit a claim, you want to get reimbursed for an expense. Very similar to the existing process on MyRC, but when you log in, you would put in the dates of services. So we'll just make it today or yesterday. Reimbursement method, check or direct deposit. Okay, service type, you select whatever it was that took place. So this was a in-network durable medical equipment, as an example. The dollar amount was $50. Okay, you're getting reimbursed. Hit next. You're now going to attach the claim. You can click that, and then you would drag and drop in the documentation. Or you can click Browse. Again, this is all assuming you have the documentation saved on your computer. Okay, select the documentation. As an example, hit Next. It kind of gives you an illustration as to, or a summary as to what you're sending in. Yep, this is all correct. I agree. Check that box here and hit Submit. If you need to submit another claim, you can click that Submit Other Claim or open the claim list to see where you're at. And what's really cool is the system will give you every step of the way in terms of where we are with that claim submission. So this is the claim that we just submitted for $50, so it's showing as submitted. But once OCA touches that claim and we approve it, the status is going to go to approved, and you'll be notified via email of that. And then when we issued the reimbursement, that status will now go and be reflected as paid. So you'll be able to see every step of the way where we are with that claim reimbursement. Okay. Under the I want to, again, if you need to resolve a card transaction, if there's any card transactions that do require you to submit documentation, it'll be listed here. Okay. This individual didn't have any, so you don't have any card swipes that you need to address. All right. Under my accounts, just going through the benefit account piece again. Again, you can see your HRA piece, and you can submit a claim directly from here. Under your FSA, you can click View Details. It gives you more information on your FSA program. And what's cool is it tells you what your employee per pay period contribution is, what you've contributed year to date so far. In this case, this person didn't do anything at this point. But again, gives you a clear description on how you're planning your runs and so forth. Okay. Under resources, we'll have forms and documents on your particular benefits. You can see your summary plan description. If you enroll in the FSA, you'll be able to see these additional links like purchase eligible items. That's going to take you to what's called the FSA store, where that outside company will provide you with a list of all FSA eligible expenses and allow you to purchase items on that store. Again, that's called FSA store. Another cool feature is the FSA tax savings calculator. A really neat feature where certainly, especially during open enrollment, you can complete this and put in what you expect your out-of-pocket cost to be during the year and what your annual income is. And at the end of this calculation, it takes no more than a minute or two. It'll recommend X amount of dollars to be set aside into your FSA. And based upon that election, what your expected tax savings to be based upon your, again, contributions into the FSA and your income level and tax bracket. the amount of savings that you're going to generate, because again, it's all now pre-tax. Okay. Under video library, really cool video content on, understanding the differences between an FSA and HRA, how to better manage your healthcare finances, again, calculate your tax savings. Just trying to provide you with more information so you can become, at the end of the day, a better informed consumer when it comes to the benefits that your company is offering you. All right. Under support, communication settings, we talked about that before. That's where you can dictate the different methods in which you receive all of the OCA notifications, and add in your cell phone number. Using the site, we've got cool videos. Again, nothing too long that'll put you to sleep, hopefully, but direct, quick snippets on, hey, how do I sign up for direct deposit if I currently am not? Or how do I update my profile? Or how do I sign up for text messages? How do I check my balances? How do I file a claim? Okay, how do I download the mobile app? Because there will be a new OCA mobile app, which we'll touch on in just a few minutes. Okay, so really quick snippet videos on how to navigate through the site and really understand how your benefit programs are working. As I go along, you'll see there's an icon for the debit card. If you click that, here's where you're going to be able to see the cards that we've issued. In this case, only one card. But if there were family members listed and you wanted to order a new card, you could do so on this page here as well. Or let's say you lost your card, so you need to now report it as lost and stolen and have a new one issued. You can easily do it by logging into your portal. Click that button right here that says Report Lost and Stolen. This card that ends in 3931 will now no longer work, and a new card would be issued to you within that time frame of roughly 7 to 10 business days. Okay, so that's the card piece. Alerts. This is just showing you up-to-date information on when you're, how your plan's operating. All the email communications, they typically get saved on the portal for you to go back and view. So this is a good example. We just submitted a claim for the $50. As a result, an email was sent out saying, hey, Ross, you just submitted a claim for $50. It's been received, and we will be processing it within the next few days. To see the status, you can log into the portal or download our mobile app, which, again, we'll talk about in a minute, but it's called OCA Mobile. That is the new mobile app that you'll have to download. When you are enrolled in the benefit, so in a couple of weeks, everyone will be receiving an email. It'll look very similar to this, where it's going to say, hey, John Smith, you're now enrolled in your HRA plan that begins 1/1/19. You can now log into your new portal, and it's going to provide you with the user credentials that you'll need to know to sign up for it, as well as the website, which is that URL link right there. Again, you'll be getting an email in the next couple of weeks so that you can go log in. The new site, it's being configured for your company once we get all the elections done. And when that happens, you'll be able to enroll and see the portal for yourself. All right, but that is a sample email that you'll be receiving. All right, just going along, if you click the name, obviously this example, the person's Johnny Bravo. But if you click your name, this is where you can edit your profile. You can change your address information if need be. Here is where you could also edit your email address, or you can edit your banking information. So again, this person, the reimbursement method is currently check, but if you wanted to make it direct deposit, you could fill that in here. There was a question that was asked about existing bank account information. OCA is moving your existing bank account information over to the new system. So if you are currently signed up for direct deposit with OCA, you are not going to have to do anything. Everything is being migrated over for you on your behalf. Obviously, if you want to alter and change your bank account info or add it now for the first time, you can do so on your own by logging into the portal. And what I just showed you is exactly how you can go in and complete it. Okay. There were a few questions that were asked that I want to spend a couple of minutes addressing. One is, what about bills that we still need to pay for December? And the answer really is, and I'll expand it even further, is anything that you incur in 2018, so all the way up through December 31st, those claims will be processed and reimbursed out of your existing MyRC portal or your existing MySource debit card, okay? The runout period, which is the time frame that you have to submit claims for the existing plan year. So anything that you had incurred in 2018, if you were to submit those claims during your runout period, those claims will all be processed in the old system. in my RSC. All right. So what that means is that if you submit a claim in January, but it was for a 2018 date of service, that claim will need to be submitted under the old system on my RSC, or if you submit it using a paper form and email it over, it's going to get processed and reflected in the old system. It will not show in the new system that we're talking about today. The new portal that we've gone through today will only show new claims that you incur for dates of services that begin on or after January 1st, 2019. Any expenses that you incur will still need to be processed and submitted under the old existing system, which this plan year ends December 31st. So anything that has a 2018 service date will be processed in the existing system. Anything that you incur on or after 1/1/19 will be in the new system. Okay. Because of that, your MySource card, okay, that MySource card will no longer work as of midnight of December 31st. On January 1st, you'll begin to use the new OCA debit card. And I'll show you what that card looks like right now, actually. All right. That is the new OCA card. Okay. The existing MySource card, or I like to call it the ShopRite card, that ugly looking card that's been in your wallet or purse for the last few years, you can shred that as of January 1st because it will no longer work. This is much cleaner, nicer looking, I would say, than the existing card. But again, this card will be mailed to your home address. Cards are being mailed out later this week, and therefore you should be receiving them by the end of next week. The card that you receive will not work until January 1st, again, because this card is tied to the 2019 plan year. So if you try to use this new card in a week from now, it's going to get declined. You're going to have to continue to use your existing MySource card through the end of this year. Okay? Hopefully that made sense to the individuals that asked that question. Question came in, if you swipe your card out of a pharmacy, do you still have to submit a claim with the receipt sheet and the pharmacy receipt? Typically, when it comes to prescriptions and prescriptions only, because of a special barcoding system that's in place at the pharmacy level, you should not be asked to submit documentation for prescriptions, but it's really limited to just the pharmacy for prescriptions. Okay? So again, when you use your card and it's for a prescription, because of a special barcoding system that's in place, OCA should be able to identify that it's a medication for you or your covered dependent, and it can automatically resolve without you having to submit any supporting documentation. Okay? Okay, next question came in as a follow-up to the initial one, which was, how do we pay with the card in January for a December charge? So that's a great question. Very important. In that case, my recommendation and the best solution here is, in that case, you'll use your own personal credit card to pay for a claim that took place in that prior plan year. So again, it's January 15th as an example, and you got a bill from the provider for a December date of service. I strongly urge and recommend that you use your own personal funds to pay for that expense and then submit to OCA, and we'll reimburse you out of your 2018 benefit. So again, you have a 2018 date of service. You get the bill in January or February. It's within your allocated runout period. You are not going to use your new OCA debit card because, again, the dates of services took place in 2018. In this example, you're going to use your own personal funds, whether it's your own credit card or you write a check or cash, whatever it might be, but you'll use your own personal funds to pay that provider for those services and then submit for reimbursement to OCA. And OCA will then process and reimburse you out of your 2018 benefit and issue you either a check for that expense or a direct deposit if you're signed up for it, for that expense. Okay. All right. So as I alluded to before, there is going to be a new mobile app. The app is called OCA Mobile. You can download it in the Google or Apple Store. A couple of really cool features with the mobile app. One is, if you download the app, in the old app, you had to first register on the website and create your own username and password to use the app. Now with our new mobile app, again called OCA Mobile, you can create a username and password on the app itself for the first time if you haven't logged into anything before. Okay, so again, the new app is called OCA Mobile. On the mobile app, really cool features. One is you can now and have the ability to take multiple pictures per claim. So you could, again, submit a claim and submit multiple pictures per claim, where in the old system, it was one picture per claim. So definitely an enhancement with that. All right. Next thing I wanted to mention is on that mobile app, if you also are enrolled in the FSA, there will be a section where you can take a picture if you're, let's say, at CVS or Walgreens or Target, and you're not sure if the expense is eligible or not. You know, maybe it's a box of Band-Aids and you're not sure, is that an FSA eligible expense? On our app, again, in this section, you can take a picture of that barcode on the box of Band-Aids, and as a result, it'll pop up and say, yes, this is qualified. Or maybe it's something that isn't. It'll pop up and say, this is not an FSA eligible expense. So a really cool feature that provides you with on-site real-time information as to whether or not the expense would be eligible. All right. Again, the new mobile app is called OCA Mobile. If you want, feel free to download it today. But again, you won't be able to log into it until you get the email confirmation saying that your account is now been processed fully and you can log in to see your new plan, your benefits. When that happens, you can download the app or, again, log in and create your account at that point. Okay. That pretty much concludes the webinar. It is 11:45, so we're right on time. If there's any additional questions, please feel free to reach out and we'll get those addressed for you. Be on the lookout for those new debit cards. They come in a non-disclosed white envelope. Again, they should be arriving to you, your home address, sometime next week. So just be on the lookout. It is not junk mail. Hold on to those and remember to not begin to use those or try to use it until January 1st. Thank you all very much for your time. Sorry for the initial delay with the webinar. And again, look forward to working with everybody in the new plan year. Have a great day. Bye-bye.